The front door with its ornate door knocker and stained glass panel. The Edinburgh press that embraced our little library, the way the evening sunshine would blanket our living room with amber gold hues, and the views to distant hills that made me feel like I was living in the top turret of a castle. It was time to say goodbye, to pack up our first marital home and move. But we had a problem. In the time since we got married, we had accumulated an overabundance of possessions. It seemed to just happen, almost without us realising it. In the honeymoon phase, it came in the form of beautiful wedding gifts, and then as we settled in the form of bills and strange ingredients from an experimental meal, once used and then hidden at the back of the cupboard for an unknown future occasion. I've moved many times, and the one thing I've learned is that the more stuff you have, the harder to move. It was time to declutter. My name is Kat, we haven't met before. Welcome to another video. So it looks as though Peter and I are going to be moving soon, and I want to make that as stress-free a process as possible, and one of the best ways to do that is to simplify and declutter beforehand. So that's what we're going to do. The way that I'm going to do this decluttering challenge is to focus on a different room each day. So I'm going to do the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom and the study, and then maybe the storage area if I've got time. And I'm going to spend 2 hours each day on each room, 1 hour for decluttering and 1 hour for organising. In advance, I gathered bags for rubbish, recycling and donation. And then I set my timer for the first hour, put on a podcast and got to work. So I've recently been listening to 2 wonderful decluttering podcasts. One is the Declutter Hub and the other is called Clutterbug. They're both very practical and down to earth and have helped me so much in this process. My main problem areas in the bedroom were cosmetics and jewellery, so that is what I focused on. Okay, so the first hour is up and I have decluttered my cosmetics, nail polishes, makeup, all that kind of thing. And I've also done a wee bit on jewellery. I find jewellery very difficult to get rid of because it's sentimental, or I'm really quite scared of getting rid of something that might be expensive and I haven't realised. But I'm trying to get over that and to just get rid of anything that's broken, because realistically I'm not going to get it fixed. I'm not. I never have in all the many years that I've kept said broken jewellery sitting in a box. You might have wondered why I've not done any clothing decluttering in this video. The reason for that is because I have got into quite a good system with decluttering clothes as I go along. So if I put something on and it's ill-fitting or not my style, or I notice that a pair of socks has a hole in it, I will immediately go and either put it in my charity bag, which sits near the door, or straight into the bin, or textile recycling. So that way I don't really feel like I have a major surplus of clothes. I might do a quick once over after this just to check if I've got time, but for the most part I'm not going to be doing much on clothes today. So I've got 1 hour left. I'm going to do just 5-10 minutes more on the jewellery, and then I'm going to spend some time organising and tidying everything. Okay, so I have just finished work. I'm feeling a bit tired, a little bit woozy. It's quite a warm day today, so I'm just going to do a short decluttering session. I'm going to focus on the living room. So this, I'm going to declutter our books. Peter and I both collect quite a lot, and we have quite a few duplicates of things, and also I've got a few kind of books that I've maybe just picked up for as easy beach reads and I'm not likely to read again, so I'm going to let go of those as well. And then we also have a tangle of wires in a basket that has been expanding more and more, and we really need to sort it out. So I'm going to go through that, get rid of things that we don't need anymore, and also organise and label everything as well. Okay, so I know that a lot of decluttering advice recommends pulling everything out rather than combing through, but I honestly find that a bit too overwhelming, and then I just give up and feel emotional and depressed and just can't be bothered anymore. So instead, what I like to do is to take a box and to make it my aim to try and fill it, and that just feels so much more motivating to me. I then did the wires, and much to my horror discovered that we have 10 of the exact same wire when we probably only needed 2. Next up was the kitchen, which I was quite daunted by. I started with the Tupperwares, and as you can see, I tried to be tidy to begin with, but gave up on that pretty quickly. I feel like so much with decluttering is about mindset and maintaining a clear vision of the end goal throughout the process. To think of letting go of something not as a loss of things, but rather as a gain of a spacious, beautiful home, and that has helped me so much to bear that in mind. Okay, so I have to confess that I have not actually done any decluttering for the last 2 days, but I'm back at it today. I have 2 days remaining, so today I'm going to do the bathroom, the worst spot in the house that I haven't decluttered probably in the longest time out of any area in my house, and I've been putting it off, and so I just need to do it, set a timer and do it. I never touch Peter's stuff when I'm decluttering, which is just as well because I have more than enough of my own to deal with. It was one of those moments where I just felt like, why did I leave it so long to do this? Because it made such a big difference. It made the bathroom feel so much calmer. If you want to see afters of our new home with our new organisation system, then do be sure to check out the next video, which will be up in a week. It might be up already if you're watching this way after I've uploaded. So do be sure to check that out. So it's just after 9 o'clock at night. I am getting quite tired, but I feel like I'm so close and I've made really good progress. So I'm just going to try and power through for another half hour or so, get a podcast on and get it done. Okay, so we are at the new flat. We have now completed our move, and even though I decluttered what felt like so much stuff, I sorted so many of the problem areas in the week or 2 in the lead up to the move, I have realised that we still have too much stuff, and I still feel like I wasn't quite ruthless enough. I have experienced living quite minimally in the past when I've studied abroad or even just away from home in general, when I just didn't have all the stuff with me, and I remember that feeling of clarity and creativity and focused calm that I had when I had less stuff. Everything else can feel like it's coming together, but the study, no matter how much I keep coming back to it, I just have a mental block. I just have this mental block with it. And I need to get over it. Because I don't want to live surrounded by clutter anymore. I want to have a clear, spacious place where I can do the things that I love to do and not feel overwhelmed by my space. and not be spending so much time organising. When I was really young, we had quite a sudden and dramatic move where we had to get rid of like most of everything we owned in a very short period of time, as in like within a month, 6 weeks maybe. It was very, very quick, and then we moved to the other side of the world. It was just a very quick forced move, wasn't our decision. It's just the way the political climate was in that country, it was what it was. I had a lot of grief and loss from having been forced to move from my home. And I think I associate the letting go of the things with the having let go of my home. But actually my home wasn't in the things. My home was in the people. It was really the people I was grieving. So I have to do it. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know why it's so hard. But I feel like I've been waiting to be emotionally healed in order to feel safe and okay to let go of things comfortably. Don't know whether I'm maybe being unrealistic. Maybe I'm waiting to feel like totally okay and emotionally healed and calm before I can let go of things. But actually maybe the letting go of things comes first. My life doesn't look very beautiful or pretty at the moment. My life does not look perfect at the moment. It's quite messy. I'm in quite a messy transition, and it's getting better, but it is also the realistic process, and I want to be honest about that, and I don't want to portray a false reality of the way that my life is. I feel a bit chaotic sometimes, and I want to be honest about that. So I guess thanks for watching this messy decluttering video. From here on out, I think things will be a little bit back to my usual style, but thank you for travelling with me through the realistic, messy parts of life. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, do be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, it was lovely to have you here.